everybody, how are you? Hope you're having a good day. So I just finished up a retro react to Foodie Beauty, and now I wanted to sit down and do a tarot react to Sunburst Tarot because she did a reading on Foodie Beauty and Peetz about a day ago, and I want to send and give my thoughts. So before we get started with the reading, here are my beginning thoughts to the whole situation with Peetz and Foodie. Well, she's not even in Canada yet, and she is still trying to exert control over Pete's. She let go of the control when she went to the Middle East to be with Salah. She took her focus off of him and she put it strictly on Salah. But now that she's away from Salah, Chantal is someone that she doesn't know how to do alone well. She needs someone to be there, to take care of her, to just be her companion. And so she's locking onto Pete's right now. So while she was still in Syria, we saw how she behaved, going into Pete's chat, trying to boss him around, angry at Pete's because he wouldn't block people off the chat that were talking and saying things about her. She got very upset about that, gave him a lot of grief. Although she could have stayed out of his chat and let people say what they wanted to say, I feel that was her way of starting to exert control again. And now she's coming back to Canada, and I believe that her plane will be arriving sometime today. I don't know exactly when Chantal plans on coming on camera. She did say that she was going to get a hotel and be staying in Montreal. First, she said she was about to say she was going to be there for a week, and then she changed it to a day. Although I think the first answer was the correct one, that she was going to stay at the hotel, eat a lot of food, possibly get a visit from you know who, and party with him, get that out of her system before she comes on camera. But what does that mean for her and Pete's? What's that going to be looking like? Well, I'm going to tell you what I've been noticing as far as the energy of Pete's. I think before, when Chantal would come home from the Middle East, that Pete's would get very happy and excited. And I feel like a while ago, something happened. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I think she overstepped. I think she crossed the line. He did get an inheritance. Maybe she wanted a big chunk of that inheritance money and he told her no. And she blew up and that kind of ruined things a bit. So the energy of how he feels of her coming home has changed. He's not happy. He's not excited. There's a lot of worried energy there. And there's also a lot of angry energy there because when Chantal comes home, she brings all of her problems with her and she expects other people to solve her problems for her rather than her solve them herself. So do I think that she's going to be leaning on Pete's and being a bully to Pete's? Yeah. I think she's going to be constantly going to him and asking him for money, expecting him to give her money. And it's going to lead to more of a falling out with these two. But I wanted to give my thoughts to Sunburst Tarot's reading. And for those of you that have never heard of Sunburst Tarot, please look down below in the description. You'll find the original link for the original video down below, which leads back to Sunburst Tarot's channel and all of her wonderful content. And if you're someone that you would like a private tarot reading with Sunburst Tarot, she does those too. So let me just go ahead and blow this up. And let me just make sure that I am where I need to be before I do that. No, I'm not. I forgot to switch screens. I'm like, what did I not do? I didn't put it on the screen. That would have been awful to figure that out halfway through, but we're good. I fixed it. We're good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tarot react and like and subscribe if you do. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Sunburst Tarot as well. So let's get started, y'all. Let's do this thing.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Sunburst Tarot, where today we're going to be doing a reading on James, aka better known as Peetz in My Mind, and the relationship between him and Foodie Beauty, otherwise known as Chantal Marie Soreau. So, Chantal's coming back to Canada, and I want to take a look into what's going on. What's the dealio situation between the two of them? So, without further ado, let's get into it. But first things first, reminder, everything that I'm saying is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all, just my opinions, psychic downloads, and the such. So if you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So with that, let's take a look into what's going on. What is James's what's this dynamic, what's the dynamic between the two of these individuals right now? Like, what's going on? Like, what's the general vibes going between the two of them? The justice, karmic balance, justice, the scales. What was done once is now going to be done back. This is the karmic balance, the karmic scales. This is also legal. This is why is this? Because it's time to get serious. Someone's on a journey back. The relationship between the two of them right now is all about balancing of the scales. What one has done to one, the other one will now do back. This is also all about, like, you owe me, no, you owe me. You owe me, you owe me. Why is this? Because of the Fool. Someone's on their way back, but it's also, we're having to get serious. We're trying to play naiveties off of one another. Because from a material influence, everything's about to come crashing down the tower. Secrets are about to start coming out between the two of them. Whether this is money, this is skeletons are coming out of someone's closet. This relationship, from the transactional point of it, is going to start boom falling apart. It's the F around and find out moment. Because the hopes and fears here is someone wants to exert their control, someone wants to exert their dominance, and to have complete and utter control over other people, places, things. So this is not a healthy control. This is a possessive control. I'm going to be a dictator of your life. The unseen obstacle to this relationship, though, is that truth is coming out. Truth in all angles, truth in all ways. Higher knowledge, higher being. It is, whether someone's been trying to do magic-y stuff, that will now backfire. Right now, their relationship is about the balancing of the scales. Because the negative influence here is secrets are about to come out. About this relationship, about parties in this relationship, about other people. Things are about to pop off between the two of them. Because what's going for this situation? One has been pouring into another's cup more so than the other, and it's an unbalanced relationship. Someone's been putting more into it than the other, and in return, it's not healthy. It's my way or the highway type of energy, because here in the past,
let's think about what Chantal always says when it comes to the men in her life. And she said this about every single one except BB. She said, look at all that I've done for this person. She always says that. Look at all that I've done for you. That is a narcissist way of saying, I've done things for you, so you owe me. And since you owe me, when I ask you to do something, when I ask you for money, you better give it to me, because there's a debt of some kind. Even if the person in question that receives something, they've given something back, in the mind of the narc, they are still owed, and they will always come to collect, and they will never let you forget that one occasion that you might have borrowed something. Even if you repaid it, they're still going to beat you over the head with it.
We were worlds apart. We were separated by time and space and not being near. And now here in the future, someone is trying to tie the other one down through money, vices, negativity, drama, narcissism. Someone, allegedly, in my opinion, someone's trying to drag someone with them. If I'm going to the pits of hell, you're coming with me, because I need I need someone to control. I need someone to ride, so I don't got to touch the lava.
And here's the thing, I feel with Peetz's energy, the time that he spent away from Chantal, there hasn't been a lot of change, but there's been some inner change. He's had a significant amount of time away from her, separated from her, that he's had some space to think and to feel and to get his head clear. And it has made a difference. Chantal was so highly focused on Salah and keeping her energy and control on Salah that she loosened her grip on Peetz just enough. And I think part of that has to do with arrogance. She thought, oh, Peetz loves me. He cares about me. I really don't have to pay attention to him because he's like a little puppy dog. He'll follow me wherever I want him to go. I've got that one mastered. There's really no need to, make sure that I've got a leash around his neck. So she got sloppy. As a control freak, she got sloppy. And she wasn't paying attention to Peetz, and she wasn't keeping in contact with Peetz, and he's had some time away from her. And the neglect has not been noticed. Like, she has neglected their friendship. She has neglected to stay in contact. She has neglected to show care and concern. And he remembers it all. And he's not happy. There's a lot of troubled, angry energy with Peetz right now. He honestly doesn't want her to come back. He doesn't, because he knows that she brings a whole lot of trouble when she comes back. And he doesn't want to deal with it.
That's the vibe of this relationship. Someone, if I'm going to the pits of hell, you're coming with me because I need a companion, is the vibe I'm getting in this relationship. This is not going to be pretty. This is not going to be healthy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So let's take another look at this relationship between Peetz, aka James, and Chantal. What other information can we know at this point in time about James and Chantal? What's going on? What's going on with James and Chantal? So we have James, we have Chantal, we have the energy in between. There is no love lost between these two. This is not a relationship based on love. This is someone who's holding back resentments, wants to fight, is ready to verbally lash out because of certain people, places, things, held resentments. There's another. Then Chantal is the Six of Pentacles reversing. I need more, 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 more. Give me, gimme, 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 gimme. She's trying to be a charity case who doesn't really need money. She's asking for money. He wants to fight. In between the two of them, the Ace of Cups, no love lost. This is a relationship that is on the rocks when it comes to money, time, emotions, security, stability. This is a relationship that feels like it is on its way out. Why is this? Because someone's been asking for too much money. There's no resources. There's nothing to gain here. It's bad luck. It's bad opportunity. Everything is falling apart in this relationship. Because from a material influence, someone doesn't have the money that they need, that somebody needs. It's all about money, and I think someone's really starting to realize that. Someone's not happy. Someone's taking, someone's demanding, someone's calling, someone's being incessant that this is mine, 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 mine. When in reality, it's like, I've given up everything that I possibly could. What more can I give you? I've given you my life. I've given you my time. I've given you my money. I've given you my credit. I've given you the cat. I've given you my emotions. I've given you time and space and everything. I can't give any more. Oh boy, there's some anger here.
And Chantal's greed and gluttony are off the charts. She's got much more than Peetz does, but yet she just can't help herself. Wanting more and more and more from somebody who clearly doesn't have. I don't know what she thinks he has. I mean, he did get some inheritance money, but that was months and months ago. I'm sure that all of that is gone. What has he got left? He's living in a room and he just started his job. What money could he possibly have? It's not like he has any kind of valuables that he can pawn or sell for her. But Chantal can't go to her family anymore for money or for help. So who does she have left? Peetz. And so she's going to be hounding him to give her money to help her. Although, trust and believe, y'all, she's got money right now. She just got her YouTube paycheck. She should have plenty of money in pocket. And if she doesn't, that's her problem. But just the gluttony, the sheer gluttony. And it's not like she needs the money for emergency purposes. in my opinion, she just wants to have extra money on hand for the party and to give to you know who.
There's someone is demanding pretty much, give me your life force to keep me alive. And it's like, I have nothing left to give. And it's the pushback of, is it my life or yours now? This is like almost like the imagery that's coming to my mind is there's two balls of light. There's a ball of red orange light. There's a ball of blue silver light, and both of them are like fighting each other, like, and swirling around each other, because one is like, I have nothing left, and the other one's like, I have nothing to give. But it's like, I need to sustain me, but it's like, I need to sustain me. It's like two people who are in survival mode, and one person is saying, I don't want to be in survival mode. You give me everything of yours so I can be in the ascension mode rather than in survival, and you can just go and pass and die and do whatever. That is the vibe here.
You know, I've sometimes referred to Chantal as the gluttonous black widow spider because female black widow spiders unalive the males after mating. That's what she is. She's a gluttonous black widow. She will draw you into her web. She will wrap you up in silk. She suck you dry until there's nothing left of you and then drop you on the ground and wait for another victim. That is how she operates. So wouldn't it just make sense that she's being gluttonous? She's going after Peetz. She's going to suck him dry of everything he has. And then when he's got nothing, then she'll just walk away.
Because the hopes and fears with the Nine of Wands upright is people are walking on eggshells. Someone's been kind of putting up the barriers, watching something that they have themselves grow. But it's like, when is that person going to come barging through the barred door and come and get what I have? Because the unseen obstacle is the Knight of Wands. Someone is coming in like a house on fire and ready to fight, ready to argue, ready to, oh boy, the imagery that's coming to my mind is I'm seeing Peetz, I'm seeing James, and I'm seeing Chantal, and I'm seeing them at like the top of the stairs, and it's just an argument for like the ages. You can hear them screaming, you can hear them yelling. They are going back and forth, and I'm just seeing James trying to like, let me get away, let me go down the stairs, and Chantal's standing at the door at the stairs saying, you can't leave. I'm not done with this argument. I'm not done until you give me what I want. I'm not letting you leave. That is the energy that I'm seeing, because the negative influence, the Four of Wands, this isn't someone else's, like, this is someone's home. Someone's looking for stability. Somebody wants stability. Someone wants a place to stay, and it's like, I can't give you a place to stay. This is my home, my place. I'm not leaving. What's going for the situation? Again, Nine of Cups, emotions, time, people, relationships, financial, mentally, emotionally. Nothing is coming to fruition. People are like, you need to go do it on your own. You've not put in the time, the money, or the effort to get your dreams to what they are. Because here in the past, someone's like, I'm coming in, I'm manifesting my dream realities. And here in the future, these are two people going in two separate ways, but also conflict. Where do we go from here? This relationship is one of, well, where do we go from here, when I feel like both of them are on two different paths, in my opinion. Okay.
Here's how I think it will go down. I think that Chantal, she's going to arrive in Canada and she's going to blow through a lot of money very, very quickly. And then she's going to go to Peetz and say, give me your money. I'm out. I'm broke. Thing is, he's not going to have it. He's not going to have the money that she needs or that she's asking for. And he's going to tell her, look, I don't have the money. I don't have it for you. And she's going to get angry because he's not giving what she wants. And she's not going to take no for an answer.
There's so much anger here. Okay. What the frickety frick frack is going on? Okay, what else is going on? How is Chantal feeling about James right now? How is Chantal feeling about James? What is kind of her vibe right now? How does Chantal feel about James? How is Chantal feeling about James right now? Queen of Wands, I dominate him. I'm the one who's in charge. I got the power. I've got the manifestation. I'm using whatever things that I can to hold over him. I'm confident. I'm sexy. I got the money. I got the body. I got the emotions. I know him like the back of my hand. So of course I'm going to know how to play him, how to do certain things. Why is it? Because the Three of Wands, she's not sure where she's going, and she's having to rethink everything going on in her life. She's also trying to do some manifestation with him. It's like, how does she feel about him? It's like, this is like, she doesn't really give a shit, to be 100. This is her card. Why is it? Because I'm worried about traveling and where I'm gonna go next. Because from material influence and Nine of Swords, she's sitting on her couch crying, being like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do about money? What am I gonna do about this? She's like, I don't even have a place to stay. Y'all, if you all believe that she's got an apartment in Canada, I want to call BS. She does not have a 12-month lease, at least in my opinion here.
Nope. Nope. I don't think she has either. I think she's been talking some big talk about, I got a place of my own and I really love it, blah, blah, blah. But here's what the reality. The reality is, I think that she got an extended stay or an Airbnb, like a month-to-month lease, someplace temporary. But of course, she's going to talk it up like, I got my dream place. Oh, really? How did you manage that? It's not like Peetz could be the co-signer. He's got his own problems. So the metrics don't work. She's just hiding her shame of getting an Airbnb or getting an extended stay by making it seem like, yeah, I got the place that I wanted, blah, blah, blah. But we're going to find out otherwise. And might I stress that there's absolutely no shame in staying at an extended stay or a motel or a hotel or whatever you feel. Home is home wherever you make it. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. But this is Chantal we're talking about, and she's kind of vain in a way. She's got to maintain a certain kind of living standard where she feels like she's higher above most people. Where the rest of us would go, hey, it is what it is, but it doesn't mean it's going to be that way forever. It's just temporary. Still, for her, it would be shameful. So she's always looking for sneaky ways to come up and appear that she's doing better than what she is. So staying in an Airbnb or an extended stay, it's just, she's not going to be happy. She's going to be looking for help to get to a better place.
Because the Nine of Swords, when she's feeling about him, it's like, you can't give me money. Where am I going to go to get my money, to get my fix, to feed my vices? Because the hopes and fears, like, you're going to give me money. You're going to give me money. You're going to give me resources. You've always been my backup vault, and now I'm ready to put into my backup vault, even though she never invests. She just takes, and she never invests in a person to, I don't know, have stability, have security, to.
And she's not applying any logic to the situation. Peetz is living in a room, and he just started his job. He's not some CEO of a company making big bucks. He was out of work for a long time, and he's working, from what I heard, a call center. So he's not making that much money. He's just covering his own expenses, and that's all he can afford. So I don't know why she's coming home thinking that he's going to be loaded up with money. I would say, where are you expecting the money to come from? You're expecting something out of someone, but you're not thinking about the logics of what you're expecting, and is this person really got money, and the fact that they've not worked in a long time, and all this other stuff. Logic does not enter into the picture with Chantal. She's just going to be grabbing onto him because he's the only one she's got left. The family has said, nope, they've shut the door. They're not offering her any financial help. They're not even offering her a couch to sleep on at night. And they used to, which begs the question, what happened, Foodie? Why is it that you've been away for so long? And normally, family help each other in a situation like this. So why are they helping you? What did you do? You must have done something pretty doggone bad. There must be some bad situation that you're not talking about for your own family, and you've got several members of your family. Not a single one of them are saying, come stay with me. Aunt Phyllis isn't doing it. Mom and stepdad aren't doing it. Your sister isn't doing it. Not even your grandfather. No one is stepping up to the plate. Nobody wants to. So Peetz is the only one you've got left. So you're going to be hounding him for something, and yet he can't help you. His cup is empty. And because it's empty, he can't pour anything into yours.
Have that money that she's hoping is going to be there. Unseen obstacles, the Ten of Pentacles. Doesn't have whatever money she thinks he has, whatever legacy, whatever inheritance, she's already taken everything that she possibly can. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have the resources. He doesn't have overabundance. He has nothing to give her. As a negative influence, Ace of Swords. We've been lying. There's lies, there's deceit, there's deception. Also legal issues. There's things legally he can't do. So it's like, well, I just want to skirt the law. I'm trying to skirt away, trying to hide. Hopes and fear, like what's going for her. How is she feeling about him? It's like things are going to move fast. Things are going to do great. I'm going to have a great time. And it's like with this fast moving communication, it's like, and all these things going on, she's like, I'm gonna get into his house, and then I won't be able to leave, and it'll be great. And he can't make me leave because he's never been able to make me leave in the past.
Although he's not living alone. He doesn't have an apartment of his own. He's living in somebody else's residence, renting a room. So I don't know what she's expecting. That she can just move herself all up in there and what, sleep on the floor? Where's she gonna go? She can't just move in there like that.
Because the Nine of Cups, she's feeling emotionally unsatisfied because her actions have not brought forth fruition to her dream desires or her manifestations. And here in the future, how is she feeling about them? You're being stingy. You're not giving me your money. You're just stashing things away for a rainy day. Gimme, 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 gimme. She just wants his resources, his money, his rainy day stash that she fully believes he has.
Although that doesn't make any sense because he's not been working for a long time. So how can you build a stash if you've not been working in a while? Make it make sense.
And I don't believe he does.
No.
At least not for her. Her energy also is super panicky right now. I don't know what's going on, but it's like I'm tapping into it and it's like super panicky. It's why I'm talking really fast. It's like boom, 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 boom. There's a little, it's like, it's panic. It's so much panic. It's frantic. Let's ground, please. Let's see. What's going on with James? How is James feeling about Chantal? How is James feeling about Chantal? How is James feeling about Chantal? Page of Cups. You're coming. You have nothing to give me. You have a cup with no fish. Your cup is empty. You come with nothing. Why is it? Because you're also super unbalanced. I think he's seeing her as like you come with false prophets. You come with false promises, false offers because you just expect to take. Again, here's that temperance card. You aren't listening up to your higher self. You aren't doing things right. You just take and then you never receive. This isn't a healthy balance, a healthy relationship. Because from a material influence, he sees her as like you're coming home with a bunch of issues. I don't know if he's talked to her family or her family has talked to him, but he's like, you've got a ton of financial issues that she's refusing to let go of, burdens of which she's trying to take with her, and she's refusing to address. She's refusing to take accountability for, and she's looking for other people to bail her out. He sees this because the hopes and fears is the Four of Cups. He still longs for her. He still cares for her. He still holds what they once had, but he's refusing to see what the reality of the present is. It's really hard. And it's like he wants what that was in the past. He's longing for it. And it's just, and that's like he wants that, but I don't believe that's going to happen because the unseen obstacle, again, here, the Knight of Wands. Someone's coming in like a house on fire again. This is Nads.
Yeah.
This is Nads.
Yep. There he is. Knight of Wands. Hello, Natter. Hello. He never left the picture. He's still very much there. Even when I do readings on Chantal, his energy is there. Those of you that have watched my tarot readings live know that. Even when I'm not trying to read on him, there he is. And that's because he's very much on her mind. He's still very much in the picture. Natter is the one she wants. Peetz is just the side guy that she uses for resources and for money. She has no longing for Peetz. And here's the shame of it all. She wants a man to care for her. She had one all along. He was right there next to her for a long time, many, many years. Never really acknowledged him, never valued him, never valued his love. What did she do? She stepped all over it. She wiped her dirty funkle feet all over his broken heart and kept doing it. And he let her because he cared, because he didn't want to exile her from his life. And as long as he allows her to do it, she's going to continue to do it. But I think things will be different this time. I think there might be a wake-up call in it somewhere where he finally gets it and he finally sees her for what she is. And once that little wisp of fabric that is the veil that separates him from reality and truth is ripped away and he sees her full strength, unfiltered, he's going to get it. It's going to click in his mind. He's got to see her for what she is so he can finally let go. He's got to reach that conclusion of, I care about her, but clearly she doesn't care about me and she is not good for me. She's not good for my world. There's no benefit to knowing her. She's very toxic and I've got to let her go. For my own preservation, I have got to let this woman go because she's nothing but trouble.
And that's still in the last probably reading too. I don't know why Nads is in here. I don't know how he's involved with this whole shenaniganery, but Chantal wants him. Peetz knows that there's somebody who's fixing with their wand and taking it all over town with Chantal. The negative.
Why do I have a feeling that Chantal is going to try to get money from Peetz and give it to Natter just to keep Natter around? Why am I feeling that? I kind of saw that in one of my readings. And that's what's going to cause him to blow up. That she's going to go over to Peetz. She's going to get money from him just to give to Natter. Peetz is going to find out. He's going to have a major fit about that, and that will be that.
Influence as well as there's the Emperor reverse, which is Chantal is trying to control him, trying to domineer him, trying to gain everything from him. As she loses more control with the people, places, and things in her real life, the more and online, the more she is going to try and control him to maintain some sense of grounding, some sense of stability. Hopes and fears. He just wants to be her friend. He just wants her friendship because that's his friend. However, here in the past, there's the King of Wands. Someone's either come to him, and this could be Chantal herself, being like, how is he feeling about her? It's like, you're always with this other guy. How did he not satisfy you with things? And here in the future, Nine of Wands walking on eggshells. And having to let the walls down. How is he feeling about her? There's a moment here of, I got to come out from behind my walls and I'm going to say what I've been meaning to say for a really long time. Because at the bottom of it, there's a Wheel of Fortune. How is he feeling about Chantal? He feels that Chantal's about ready to explode on a bunch of different things. And there's money, there's good luck, there's good fortune around her. It's like, oh, she's going to come back and things are going to be better. And once things are better, we can maybe go back to what we once had instead of looking at what the present really is. He really, really just wants his friend back.
And I know he cares about her. How can you not know somebody for 17 years since high school and not care about them, especially if you've been in a relationship with them before? No matter what you do, you're going to have those old feelings and those old ties. And unfortunately, Chantal takes advantage of that. of the past and past, I want to say bindings. That's not it. Past connections. That's it. Past connections with people. She takes full advantage of those. She takes advantage of nostalgia and longing and yearning and love. At the same time, she says she wants love, yet she doesn't know how to give it, because when somebody gives it to her, she steps all over it. Just like she has with Peetz. It's sad. It's really, really sad that she's got one friend left in this world and she's about to burn him bad. And can I just say this too? The Chantal that left to go to the Middle East, before she left, she had some stability. She had stability in Canada. She had a good amount of money. She had a home. She had Peetz. She had the cats. She had things that kept her mentally and emotionally grounded. The Chantal that's coming back from the Middle East back to Canada is going to be more troublesome, is going to be more unstable physically, emotionally, mentally, psychologically. There's nothing keeping her grounded now. She's lost a lot. She gave up a lot. There's not much holding her to the ground. And that unstable behavior is going to lead to a whole lot of hurt for anyone that gets near her. She's going to be almost, I hear, frantic. She's going to be frantic, clawing and grasping at resources, at money, at everybody else's stability, because she won't have any for herself. The desperation for security is going to be intense. So she's going to be bothering everyone around her to maintain some sense of stability at the same time that she is completely unstable. This is a person who is mentally unwell, who needs mental help, and she's not going to reach for it, despite the cries from people around her to go get mental help, to go get checked, maybe get medication or go get therapy. She's going to ignore it all, and that's going to cause her to go into more of a downward dark spiral. So if Peetz chooses to be around her, he's going to get hurt, because she's going to be going to him constantly saying, I need money, I need money, I need help with a place to stay. You're my friend. Why aren't you helping me? It's going to give him a lot of anxiety, because she's going to put him under tremendous pressure to give, and he doesn't have it to give. He's barely hanging on himself. But he's going to be the last one standing, and she's going to make him pay for it in the worst kind of way.
In my opinion, that's how he's feeling about her. So I want to grab out my Shadow Love Tea Oracle really quick. And I just want to grab 3 cards for how does Peetz feel, or James feel, about Chantal. How does Chantal...
I already know. He's mad at you, Foodie. There's a lot of anger inside of him. A lot. He's very upset with you. He's mad. Because every time you come home, you're a problem. You're a neglectful friend when you're away, and you're a problem when you come back. And he's already not feeling good. And being around you just makes him feel worse.
Feel about James.
And I'm hearing something in my head. I love you, but man, loving you is so painful. It hurts so much. That's what he's feeling. He cares about you, but man, do you make it hard. You make it such a painful experience. It's not positive. It hurts him so much. He's got to almost convince himself to keep caring about you because there's a lot of times he wants to let go. And yet there's something in him that just won't let him. But if you push him too far, he just might.
All right. So, how does Chantal feel about James? Lovesick, intense sadness or frustrations that arise from being unable to be loved with a loved one physically or emotionally, feels as if one can't move on.
Yeah, your love makes him sick. Loving you makes him very, very ill, Foodie.
Stashed away, keeps personal life separate from other aspects of their life, does not discuss personal issues with partner, very secretive and defeated. Gives into criticism, does not challenge others' opinions, anxious, low self esteem, avoids confrontation, walks on eggshells. That's how she sees James. She sees James as, you're hiding from me. I think she thinks he's hiding away money from her. I think she thinks that he he's easy to walk over and that he always loved her, so it's easy to manipulate him to get what she's always wanted. Feels like, oh, you can't get over me, and that's why I can always use you over and over and over and over again. Okay, how does James see Chantal? Stuck in the past, remains stagnant and refuses to change, uses past situations and or people as an excuse to not change or be open. Taxing, demanding high maintenance, holier than thou attitude, unrealistic expectations, bratty, diva mentality, acts helpless,
Mm-hmm.
might have issues with taxes, and exposed, threatens to expose secrets of partner if they leave or find someone else, exposes deep and darkest secrets, revenge P. What does Chantal have on him?
Well, that would be just her style. First, she'll try nicely to get something out of you by asking. And then if you say no or you say, I can't do it, then she goes for the harder tactics, putting pressure. And if that doesn't work, then we move on to the threats and the blackmail. So I'm not quite sure what Chantal has on Peetz, what she might be threatening him with, but that kind of fits with her modem of doing things, because that's what she does to all the men in her life. Doing the baby voice and the light persuasion, which moves on to the medium persuasion, which moves on to the extreme persuasion, strong arming somebody to give her what she wants if she can get away with it.
Well, it looks like he knows that Chantal's would be like, well, I'll expose this video that I took of us together or of things that we were doing. He finds her very, very hard be to be around and sees her as like, you're always using shit from the past to manipulate me or use me over and over and over again in this relationship. Can I get one card that describes their relationship? Flamin' hot. Interesting. Ravenous desires exposed. Feels triggered due to what's being asked. Sexually, no boundaries and feeling unsafe. Manipulates. This is a relationship that uses intimacy, that uses connection, but to manipulate one or that manipulates. Feels like one's manipulated more than the other, and they use triggers. They're using, one doesn't get what they need, but the other one's going to be manipulating people for what they really want at the end of the day. This is kind of sick and sad and just twisted. And you know what? Whoever, whatever.
It wouldn't surprise me at all if Chantal is in Peetz's ear, making all kinds of promises about, yeah, we'll move in together and I'll bring you on stream. And she's building his hopes up for something and then doesn't deliver. Playing on his emotional heartstrings for her.
It's just, gosh darn it all. Okay. What's the future of their relationship? What's the future of Pete's or James and Chantal's relationship, whatever relationship, friendship, Friendship, romantic, platonic, nothing. What does it look like here? In the future, we'll say in the month of November. What does this relationship look like in the month of November for Chantal and James? What does their relationship look like? Three of Swords, heartbreak. Heartbreak, it's not going to be what someone promised. Lots of rainy days, lots of sadness. Why? Because of someone's travels. Someone's traveling back, where they're going, and where they're at now. Because from a material influence, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of worry, there's a lot of depression, like where are we going to get this, where are we going to get back. This is a relationship fraught with I need money, I need money, I need money, and lots of heartbreak over time and time and time again. This might get played out online where people's hearts are going to be broken, people's true intentions are going to be talked about, because the hopes and fears is that they want to defend their relationship, but no matter how shitty it is. Someone wants to come out as the ruler, as the person on top. They want to defend what they have, because
one thing I'm noticing about this spread, Sunburst, look at all the swords. Every card has swords. 9 of swords, 5 of swords, 3 of swords, swords in the boat, swords everywhere. Feels like there's going to be a lot of strife and conflict and trouble there. Ooh, it doesn't look good.
that is all that they have. They want to defend their home. They want to defend their little flimsy little ass tent here in the background. You see that? Well, or not flimsy ass background. I didn't even realize that was a person. But some hopes and fears. Someone wants to dominate the other. They want to take their flag. They want to take what they got. Unseen obstacle, though.
And there's more swords.
They're going to both be trapped by the circumstances of which they've placed themselves in. The truth will set you free, and the lies will.
Look at that. 5 cards, all with swords. 9 of swords, 5 of swords, 3 of swords. Eesh, not good.
Bind you together. The negative influence here is that someone's just looking for money and money only. This is a relationship built on money. This is a relationship built on wealth, what I can give you, what you can give me. This is because also what's going for this, they will not be working together anymore, at least by the end of the month. They will not be working together. This is a relationship, business and or otherwise, that is going to be fumbling, cracking down, no longer working, because here in the past we've been avoiding total and utter disaster, but here in the future they will be walking away. This is a relationship that will not last in the current existence that it has by the end of November. This is us walking away from one another. This is us not being together. This is a relationship built on, if you tell the truth sets you free. If you maintain your web of lies, the more lies that will hold you together. But seeing this 8 of Cups, someone's walking away from this relationship entirely, moving through the month of November. There's a lot of heartbreak. There's a lot of worry. There's somebody who's beaten someone down. So it's like, you don't tell anything. Someone's got all the swords and someone's just got a stick, right? Swords kind of break sticks.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm kind of seeing here. Whoa. Weird. So that's what I got. I hope y'all enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions down below. Otherwise, if you want to join YouTube members or book a personal reading with me, all those links are located below. Otherwise, if you want to leave an emoji, leave a camel emoji. Not sure why, just leave a camel emoji. We're gonna need to be here for the long haul. Stamina is what we need. Otherwise, I really just want to say a great big thank you to everyone who's been watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one. So thank you, and bye.
Great reading, Sunburst Tarot. Really enjoyed it, and thank you so much for doing it. Hope you guys enjoyed this tarot react. And please don't forget to check out Sunburst Tarot. The original link for the original video is down below in the description. Just take a look. There it is. Check out all of her wonderful content. And again, if you need a private reading with Sunburst Tarot, she also does those. So thank you guys for being here. I'm going to go ahead and post this to YouTube, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.